Ma. Yeah. Hey. Wow, lovely. It's about to rain. Okay. That's on period. Girl, where your edges at? Go get you some edge control, boo. So today, not you making noise. Is this rain gonna be loud? I really wanted to record outside today, bro. I do apologize in advance if the rain is pretty loud. Today, we're going to be talking about a comment I got from one of you guys. It got me thinking now. I was like, you know what? This is a good one. I want to talk about it. So this is from Uzi London. I'm gonna put it up on the screen. Thank you. Thank you so much for commenting this, by the way. And this person said, these videos are so helpful. First of all, thank you, boo. You know I got you. Do you have any tips on getting out without being DF? I'm in a Caribbean hall and it's damn near impossible. Ooh. This is a big question. There's a long answer and a short answer. The short answer is no. There's no for sure way to get out of this religion without being DF. That's just the honest, hard truth. I'm just gonna be very straightforward with you. I don't wanna give you any false hope. Even though you don't have a for sure way of not being disfellowshipped, you gonna drive by right now? You gonna drive by right now? Even though there's not a, oh God, I'm freaking mosquito. Even though there isn't a for sure way to get out of the religion without being DF, there is a way that you can survive if you are disfellowshipped. First question I would ask you is, why are you even asking this question in the first place? Don't get me wrong. Before you're like, bitch, what do you mean? Why am I asking this question? It's the most common question. Yes, it is. What I need you to actually ask yourself is, what part of being disfellowshipped are you even scared of? So for example, are you scared of losing your family? Are you scared of losing your friends that you grew up with? Are you scared of being judged? Are you scared of being kicked out of your house, having nowhere to live, thinking you're making the wrong decision? You have to figure out what the fear is. You have to figure out why you're feeling this way so that we can tackle it and find a solution. Once you figure out why you're being disfellowshipped, I want you to get to a point where if you're disfellowshipped or if you're not disfellowshipped, either way, you will still be okay. We need to get you to a point like that. Disfellowshipping to some point has power and control over you. You need to get to a point where disfellowshipping doesn't have power or control over you, where if you are disfellowshipped, you're gonna be okay. I want you guys to know it is 100% okay if you are scared to be disfellowshipped. You have every right to feel the way that you feel. Being disfellowshipped is disgusting. It's unjust. It's not fair. It's inhumane. It's horrible. Horrible, terrible things happen when you're disfellowshipped. People die from being disfellowshipped. People lose their families. There's a lot of consequences that come along with being disfellowshipped. But it's important that you know that you don't deserve to be disfellowshipped. Disfellowship shouldn't even be a thing. You did nothing wrong. You are allowed to want to leave this religion. You have every right to. You deserve the best life ever. And I don't want you to think that your life is all of a sudden going to end if you do happen to get disfellowshipped, because that's not the truth. Take time to realize, to have your emotions, and to practice acceptance. Acceptance is everything, boo. If you don't have acceptance, shit is just not gonna go good. I forgot to add this in, but I also wanted to say that there's no amount of preparation that you can do that will guarantee you not getting disfellowshipped. So yes, prepared, follow my tips, do all of that, but know in your little heart, in your big heart, that there's no amount of tips you can hear, no amount of preparation you can do that will guarantee you not getting disfellowshipped. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you will be able to heal, to be happy, and to not have expectations. Because when you have expectations, that's when you play yourself. That only makes your life way more difficult, and it can lead to depression and sadness because you had expectations and those expectations fell through, and I do not want that for you. So please make sure you don't have expectations. You need to understand, babe, that you could potentially be disfellowshipped. And if you're disfellowshipped, what's gonna happen? Regardless if you get disfellowshipped, it won't have power and control over you. You need to take back that power. You need to take back that control from being disfellowshipped. I just want to get that out of the way. I want you to be able to express your emotions, validate your emotions, because the way that you feel, everything that you're going through right now is valid, okay? You're allowed to feel the feelings that you do. You're allowed to feel the emotions that you feel. It's very important that you know that if you're disfellowshipped, you're gonna be okay. Any feelings that you have is completely valid and normal. It's okay if you're scared to be disfellowshipped. It's okay if you're terrified. It's okay if you have no idea what you're gonna do. It's okay if you're confused. I want you to recognize those emotions, express those emotions, don't suppress them. That's the worst thing you could ever do. But know that you're not crazy, okay? You're not a horrible person. You didn't do anything bad. You are a human being. You never deserve to be in this mess. You never deserve to be put in this situation. Get that in your head first. Like, I want you to understand that for real. Now that you understand the importance of being okay, regardless if you get disfellowshipped or not, taking back your power control, and knowing that your feelings are valid, we can talk about the actual tips on how to fade out without being disfellowshipped. Before anything, I want y'all to know I'm not like a psychologist or anything, like psychiatrist, whatever you call it. I just, I grew up as one of Jehovah's Witnesses. I'm still going through the waking up process. I mean, right now I'm in a way better place than I was a few months ago, but I'm still going through it. I haven't 100% healed. I don't 100% know everything, but I have a few tips that will definitely help you. Number one, this is the most important. I don't even know where to look. Like, I'm looking everywhere. Why I look like someone in the house? Come here, Corby. Come here, Corby. Corby, come here. Come here, Corby. Come here, Corby. Sorry about that. Number one. That guy just whistled at me. What are you doing? What's your nasty ass paws? Get off of me. He a crackhead, for real. Okay, number one, learn to be independent. You need to focus on your independence. Master your independence. Focus on gaining your independence. This is so important because you guys need to learn how to be independent. Provide your own transportation. Learn how to drive a car and get a car so you can get your own transportation, whether you need to do Uber or take a bus. Everyone has a different situation, but get yourself a car, get your license, because that's like the first step to independence. I know everybody has their ways where some people don't want to learn how to drive or whatever the case may be. Bitch, get you a car and get you a license. Okay, get your independence up. So one, get you a car, get you a license. Two, move out of your house. Depending on where you are, if you are still in a JW household, listen. Start figuring out how you can move out. For example, if you're a young adult or you're a teenager, figure out what your parents are like. Are your parents strict or are they lenient? Are they okay with you not going to meetings and service and talking to brothers and sisters in the congregation? Or your ass better be at every single meeting. You better be at every single door, knocking at every single door, doing everything that you need to do. You have to evaluate your situation in a realistic point of view. What would happen if I got disfellowshipped? Would my parents kick me out of my house? How would it be? Do I have someone's house that I can go to? Figure that out. And if you come to the decision where your life is literally going to be straight hell in your house, move out. Even if it's okay now, even if your parent is not as strict and is a chill, those chill JW parents, very rare, but they are there. Like, kind of my mom, but yeah. Even if they're not as strict on you, they let you do what it is. If they're still encouraging you to serve Jehovah, if they're still encouraging you to go to meetings and telling you to read publications and sending you articles and stuff like that, that's toxicity. I'm not saying that the person themselves is toxic. However, they're in a toxic religion. So if you're in a toxic religion and you're surrounded by a toxic environment, what do you think the environment in your household is going to be like? Toxic. What do you think the advice they're going to be giving you is? JW advice. Advice from the governing body. Advice to get you out of the right way of thinking. So you really have to get to a point where it's like, get out of toxic environments. Cut out negative people. You really want to start thinking for yourself. Start to think for yourself. Start to make wise decisions. Start to figure out what to do. And it's not easy because if you relied on your parents or your guardian or whatever your whole entire life, it's hard to figure out like, yo, what do? I have to be an adult now? Like, yes. It's hard. You're going to figure out what's the best decision for you to make. So you just need to make sure that, you figure that part out. Cut off friends. Cut off JW friends. Cut them all off. Now, I'm not saying never talk to them again, especially if you're close with them. You just have to have acceptance, and you have to realize that if you are disfellowshipped, they will be forced to abandon you. You have to accept that. You have to accept that you could potentially be abandoned. Me, I'm a person that I'm good at detachment. I will literally just distance myself. I will cut myself off first before you cut me off. I'm sorry if I'm all over the place. My mind is running a mile a minute, so I'm really sorry if the topics are all over the place. I wanted to say that it's really important to just cut off everything. Cut off all negative energy, and that includes meetings. Stop going to meetings. Stop everything JW. Stop publications, the website, articles, all of that. Meetings, service, all. Get out of it. Hop out of it. Everything having to do with JW, cut it out. If you're still going to meetings, if you're still hitting up JW friends, you're just constantly going to be in the brainwash. You're going to shut up. If you don't cut yourself off, you're constantly going to be feeling guilt. You're constantly going to be confused. You're constantly going to be trying to figure out, what decision do I make? You're never going to know what to do. If you're looking at XJW or apostate material, you're going to be confused because you have this and then the JW. Cut it all out. Cut out all the noise. Isolate yourself. Okay, cut yourself from all of that. Isolate yourself. Isolate yourself. Isolate yourself. You're gonna have to be alone for a little bit. Your voice is the only voice loud enough to hear, care about, and listen to. That's it. Not your parents, not Uncle Jim, not Brother Henry, not that sister that studied with you since you were a baby and knows everything about you, not your best friend who thinks that they know everything about you. No one, nobody. Cut them off. I mean, of course, if you have friends and family that aren't in the religion, then, that's okay. Cut off the JW chatter. Cut it all off. You want that garbage, that BS, that trash, cut it all off and throw it away. Another thing I would recommend is get you a support system. Get you some friends, family members that you can rely on. If you have literally no family members that aren't in the religion that can support you, if you literally feel like you have nobody, if you don't have friends that are good friends, like not just low vibrational friends that ain't got nothing to do, they don't have nothing going on with their life, they can't encourage you the way you need to be encouraged, I'm not talking about those friends. I'm talking about good, like-minded friends that are going to encourage you, inspire you, lift you up, upbuilding friends that are actually going to help you be a better person and not bring you down or keep you at their low vibrational vibration. So just make sure that you become aware of your surroundings, you become aware of your environment, you cut off anything that's just not for you. Cut off negative energy, whether it may be people, your environment, your job. You really want to be in a space where all you care to listen to is your intuition and your voice, not even mine, because what I believe may not be the same way that you believe. I just want you to get to a point where you figure out, what do you believe in? This is a time where you're gonna have to take accountability of your whole life, and it's hard when Watchtower has been taking accountability of your whole life. Watchtower has been in control of your whole life, and now all of a sudden you're thrown into a situation where you're back in control of your life, and it's hard. I don't want you to do all of this all at once. It's a lot, and I need you to take your time with it, okay? Take your time with everything. Just be prepared, be accountable, be accepting, have acceptance, please. Acceptance doesn't mean you are okay with what's going on. Acceptance doesn't mean you have to be happy with your situation. Acceptance doesn't mean that you got justice. Acceptance doesn't mean that you have to love your situation. You have to love what you're going through. You have to love your circumstances. It doesn't mean that. You can literally hate what you're going through and still accept it. Because when you don't accept it and you lie to yourself, that's when you play your own self. You just playing yourself. That's not gonna get you nowhere. That not gonna get you nowhere. I need you to practice acceptance. I need you to practice realization, and you need to realize that, hey, I could lose my family. I could be cut off. I could be abandoned. Whatever the case may be, I need you to write down literally everything that could happen if you got disfellowshipped. Everything that could happen. Write it down on a piece of paper. And with every single thing that's written down, I need you to write down how you will still be okay if that does happen. If it does happen, you will still be okay. You're gonna turn that pain into strength to make you a warrior. I want you to know you will still be okay whether you're disfellowshipped or not. I feel like I'm all over the place. I don't even know what I spoke about and what I didn't. And just make sure you isolate yourself. Make sure you're independent. Learn how to adult. Stack your coins. Stack your coins. Increase your income. Get a skill. Get a side hustle. Get a better paying job. Stack your coins. Make your money. Be financially independent so that if you get to a point where you're disfellowshipped, you're not falling flat on your face. You're not surprised. You're not bamboozled. Nah. If that happens to you, you're like, all right, this shit sucks. I'm depressed. I'm a sad bitch. This is unfair. I feel like shit. I want to cry. That is okay. But you know what? You gonna still be crying. But guess what? You're gonna be on your feet. You're not gonna be on the floor. You're gonna be on your feet. You're gonna be in an apartment that you figured out that you need to, or you're gonna be in a safe environment. You're gonna be making your money. You're gonna be working on your mental health. You're gonna get you a therapist to help you, give you cognitive tools, natural tools to help you, because you can't do this on your own. You need help. Get a support system. Y'all, I'm back, but I really just want to stress the importance of laying low and not telling anybody your plans. If you can't 100% tell somebody what your doubts are or how you're thinking or what you plan to do, then do not tell them. Do not tell any JW family members, JW friends, JW brothers and sisters in the congregation, even if they're not in your hall, even if they're not in your circuit, whatever it may be. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. There's even a 0.00001% chance that they're going to snitch on you. Do not say a word. Don't tell anybody your doubts. Keep this ish to yourself. Keep this to yourself. Please. please, please, please do not tell anybody, because that will land you an elders meeting and that will definitely get you DF'd, okay? That was me. I had that same thought. I opened my big mouth because I really cared about my family and friends, and I really wanted to help them and save them, and that got my ass an elders meeting with the CO, okay? With the circuit overseer. So please, it'll just bring you so much more confusion. It's just gonna land you in so much more drama. You're gonna have so many more problems. So please don't. If you can't 100% trust who you want to tell, then don't say anything. And it's hard, especially if you want to tell those you love and care about, like your family and your friends. It's hard, but you have to realize that they are still within the congregation, they're still within the religion, they're still within the organization. So their master is the governing body, and they are trained to snitch on you if you doing something wrong. Okay, you have to remember that. Even if their logic in their mind is that they're doing what's best for you because they love you, it's really not best for you. Don't tell anybody. If anything, ask me or type in the comment section or talk to somebody that you can 100% trust. But please, I can't stress this enough. Do not talk to anybody about this, because they will snitch on your ass. Also, it's super important to have a support system, whether it's family, whether it's friends, regardless if it's an unbelieving parent or an unbelieving family member, a cousin that you don't really talk to but y'all still good, an old friend that you haven't spoken to in months but y'all still good, or friends. Don't just get random friends, and use them and leech off of them, because that's not what we're trying to do. But you need to be creative with it. Get creative with it. If you're in a position where you need to move out, you need to move out, because you're not always going to end up in the best position you want to. You're not going to automatically get to a brand new, fancy, amazing mansion. We all start somewhere. So you may not end up exactly where you would like or you'd prefer, but it's better than where you were, if that makes sense. So if you need to hit up a friend, a sister, a brother, a cousin, aunt, uncle, those cousins that aren't really your cousins but are your cousins, anybody. The goal here is to have a place to stay that is peaceful for you and your mental health. That is the goal. You need to get into a safe space where you have peace and you can heal properly, the right way. So you can be, have your emotions. You can be depressed, you can be sad, you can be angry, but you need to do that in a peaceful setting. Figure it out. If you need to hit up an aunt that you barely talk to, that you're not really good with, but they still love you and they would accommodate you, hit them up. Suck up your pride. You're not always gonna get what you'd like. Okay, but it's better than being in a toxic JW situation at home. That's not what I want for you, because you will never, let me not say never, but it's going to be very hard to grow, if at all, if you are in a stagnant, negative JW atmosphere. It ain't gonna work, sweetie. It ain't gonna work. So get a pen and paper, open up your notes app, get your laptop, get something you can write on, and brainstorm. Get some ideas, figure out who you can stay with, figure out if you can get a place to stay. Maybe you have to get out of your state, or you maybe have to move across the country, or you will have to stay at a college dorm with one of your friends. Just all you have to do is figure it out. Where there's a will, there's a way. I know that's easier said than done, and that can definitely be annoying to hear, but once you get out of that self-limiting belief, once you get out of having self-doubt, and once you tell yourself that even though this is hard, I can do it, that's when you'll prosper. That's when you'll get out of your situation. Understand that it's going to be hard. It is easier said than done. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be frustrating. You're going to have so many nights where you feel like you literally can't get out of your situation, but I believe in you. You can do it. You can do hard things. You can do hard things. Affirm that to yourself. You can do hard things. Once you realize that, once you get that, once you realize that, and once you understand that, and once you live by that, nothing can ever stop you from doing what you want. Absolutely nothing. I just want you to tell yourself that you can get out of this. Just have belief in yourself. Be patient, be kind, be gentle with yourself, and know that there's a way out there. Tell yourself, I'm not sure where I'm going to go. I have no idea what to do. I don't know where I'm going to live, but I do know there is a place for me to live. I do know that there is a place for me to lay my head at night. Affirm that to yourself. Tell yourself, I don't know where, but I know that it's out there. Stop being your own worst enemy and start being your superhero. You need to be your biggest support system. Out of everything, you need to be your biggest supporter, your biggest fan, your biggest motivator out of anybody. I don't want you to ever think that you can't get out of this situation that you're in right now, because you can and you will. All you have to do is figure it out. Where there's a will, there's a way. Out of no way, a way will be made. So if you need to hit up somebody that's across the state, you need to hit up that friend from college or from high school that y'all were cool with, but you don't talk, you haven't spoken in years, or y'all don't really talk like that. Hit them up. You never know. Hit up that cousin, that aunt, that grandma, that unbelieving parent. Hit them up, okay? Let them know your situation. Suck up your pride. You gotta do what you gotta do. Now, don't rush this. Take your time to really think about this and think about where you're going to go. I don't want you to rush into a situation where you jump straight out of the pan into the fire, because no, we're not. That's what we're not gonna do. Okay? Don't just go to a friend or an aunt that's even more toxic, that's even more worse, that's just gonna make you feel like a burden, that's just gonna throw it in your face that they're helping you out, or they're gonna want something in return, and they're gonna want to expect something. No. And you know what? If you can't find anybody, then isolate yourself in your JW situation until you can figure out how to get out. Okay? But I don't want you to jump into a way worse situation than what you were in. Be a big girl, be a big boy, a big queen, a big king, and do what you must. Do what is needed. Be creative. Be creative. Be creative. You're probably gonna have to find a place to stay. You're probably gonna have to spend some money now to have a place. But guess what? Your peace is your utmost priority, okay? You may have to spend and waste some money now, but I promise you, you will get that money back when you come back 10 times harder, and you're making your money, and you're bossed up, and you're healed, and you're better than ever. But right now, you just have to start. This is just the beginning. We all start somewhere. So take that first step, be brave, and figure it out. Get out of the situation you are in. Find a support system. Don't just get random friends, okay? I don't want you to just find, just because you knew them, you're gonna leech off of them. Don't be a leech now, okay? Not everybody is gonna be for you. But find someone that loves you, that cares for you, that wants the best for you, that's going to care for you, that's going to love you, that's going to upbuild you, that's not going to discourage you, that's not going to encourage you to go back to your JW situation, that's not going to encourage you to go back to being a JW, all of that, okay? Just figure it out, write it down, plan. Plan. You fail to plan, you plan to fail. So please take this time to prepare. Get you a place to stay so you can prepare in silence and in peace. If you can't afford an apartment right now, if you can't afford to move out on your own, get roommates, bro. Start looking for roommates. That was literally me. I didn't have nobody to move in with. I didn't know where I was gonna move. I didn't have money for a whole apartment. Girl, go get you a roommate. You can't find a roommate? Go on Facebook. Facebook has so many things. You can go on Facebook to help you find roommates. You can get a roommate app. Find you a roommate. You gonna start making noise right now? You can use Facebook for support groups. There's so many EXJW support groups that is just so helpful. They make you feel heard. You can talk about how you're feeling. You can see people that are in the same situation as you, young, old. You see everybody. You don't feel alone. You feel heard. You feel validated. You feel like, damn, I'm not the only one going through this. Because you're not. There's so many great support systems on Facebook. Sis, go do you some research, okay? Get you a support system. Be financially independent. Gain your independence. Stack your coins. Get your money up, increase your income, focus on yourself, focus on your beliefs, love yourself, set healthy boundaries, know who you are, know your truth, get to a point where you don't care about other people's opinions. This is way easier said than done. especially if you just woke up and you just coming out of the truth. I know how Caribbean congregations can be. I was in a Caribbean congregation. I don't care what nobody tells me. They are the most strict of them all. Everybody was against me. My mom was against me. My whole family, all my family and friends. I literally do not have anybody on my side that is supporting me making videos. So it's like, well, damn. Y'all, just know that you're gonna be okay. Know that your feelings are valid. You're gonna get through this. Love yourself. Put yourself first. Focus on your goals. Write down your passions, your goals. What have you always wanted to do in life that you couldn't as a Jehovah's Witness? Write that down. Research. I have so many other tips I can give you, but I don't want this to be too long. So I hope that this video helped in some way. Just think about it. Just breathe. You're gonna be frustrated, but just, if anything you get from this video, have acceptance and independence. Get your ass out. Like, get out, make your own money, so nobody can do nothing. Nobody can take your happiness away from you. Nobody can take your shelter away from you, can take your money away from you, can take your coins, your check away from you. No, you want to cut me off? Okay, but guess what? I still got my keys, all right? I still got the keys to my car. I still got the key to my house. I still have a place to lay my head at night. I still have food going in my system. I still have me at the end of the day. Even if I ain't got nobody, if I don't have friends, I don't need anybody. I got myself at the end of the day. So yeah, guys, that's really what it is. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys want me to talk about anything else. If you have any more questions, what you guys thought. Let me know if you guys want me to talk about anything else, because I want to do more content for you guys. Just know you're a warrior. You're gonna get through this. You're not alone. I believe in you. It's hard. Trust me, I was there too. I was there too, where I felt like I had nobody else, where I was scared of being abandoned, where I was literally afraid of being homeless, which I was. So, girl, boo, you got this. I believe in you. You got this. Yeah. Don't forget to hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit the like button right now. Hit the like button right now. Hit the like button right now. It helps me so much. Like, you literally have no idea how much the like button helps. It helps with the algorithm and stuff like that. So hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.